Greetings and salutations, everyone. My name is Fire Mage, and welcome back to Rimworld Ascension Take 2, Episode 1. If you enjoy this episode, please remember to like and subscribe, and as always, mod list is down in the description. And with that, let's get into the episode. And here we are, everyone, the first official episode of Rimworld Ascension Take 2. We now get into gameplay. So, what's the plan for this episode? Well, it's the same plan as the original episode 1. We are simply going to try to get ourselves established. That means basic shelter, food production, some form of research. Hopefully we can get at least one research project done this episode, but no promises there, as always. So first things first, let's take a look at what we're working with. So I'm immediately looking around here, and I'm not seeing too much in the way of potential base locations from the ruins, unless we want a base way up here, which isn't a bad idea. There's fertile soil right here, but that's the ancient danger, and the water's all the way down here. So I think what we'll do is we'll establish a simple camp, like right here in this nice little clearing. So we'll just throw up these canopies and teepees. We'll just kind of spread them around like so. Let's also go ahead and unforbid all of the stuff. Set up a basic stockpile zone over here. And there we go. So now we're going to let the game run. Now, for those of you who skipped the previous episode 0, let's go over the colonists. So we have Humps, the dromedary knight. He is going to be one of our key melee soldiers, as well as the animal expert, the medical expert, and the prison warden. So Humps is definitely going to be one of our high priority people. Anteater is our gatherer. They have level 15 plants, level 9 cooking, and the gastronomist trait, so food poisoning is a little bit lower chance. They also have our only level 6 construction, and we have no passions for construction, so that's going to be a bit of a challenge. Crine is our crafter. They have level 12 crafting with a critical passion, as well as level 6 plants with a double passion. Sam is our expert sniper, as well as having decent animals and cooking, so Sam here can take care of themselves. Sam is the only one in our colony who is allowed to use guns due to their childhood and adulthood backgrounds. And finally, we have White, the jack of all trades. They're supposed to be a herder, but their stat allotment, as you can see, is a bit more well-rounded than the other colonists. Now, we have just established this colony and have our little campsite here. So we need to establish some form of food cooking, some form of research, and some form of farm. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to build a campfire right here in the middle of our little campsite. Then we are going to go to Mist. We're going to put a research spot here, and we're going to put an ideology spot here. We are going to need a farm of some sort, so we'll establish a basic rice field. About that big should suffice. Make sure we have plenty of food. Now, if we go to the priorities tab here, we need to set all this up. So, first things first, everyone is allowed to do fishing. Those with high skill will get priority 2 fishing. Those who do not will get level 4. So it's not a high priority. Other than that, I'm basically just going to be going through and making sure all my colonists are given the proper jobs. And I will be back once I finish all of this. And there we go. The basic priority allotment of their workload. Unfortunately, we don't have enough people to have every skill prioritized by someone, but this should suffice for the first few episodes. Now, as for their schedules are real simple. I simply do 3 hours of recreation in the morning and evening, and 10 hours of work. Although we do have an animatry, so we will actually replace 2 hours of the morning recreation with meditation, so that we can try to get some psychic powers going. Speaking of which, we are going to want to extract the tree and bring it over so it's a bit closer. So, this right here, this button, allows me to add a list so that we can try to keep track of everything a bit better. So, first thing we need to do is establish the camp. That's the first thing. Once that's done, we also need to secure our food source. And finally, we need to establish a basic structure design. So those are the 3 goals for this episode. Establish campsite, secure reliable food source, and construct a basic structure of some kind. When it comes to reliable food source, I mean things like the farm and, of course, fishing. So we're going to start off with fishing. Establish some small little fishing zones here. 2 of them should do. Set them to catch large fish only. As for our cooking, we want to make pemmican, as it does not go bad nearly as fast. And we need to establish some form of butcher table. So instead of doing a butcher spot, I will build a butcher table. That way we get 100% of the yield from the animals. As for our resources, in order to prevent them from deteriorating too much, we are going to establish 4 corner walls like so, and build a roof over them so they do not deteriorate into nothingness. And research. What will be our first research project? Now, I'm sure some of you are somewhat confused if you've watched the previous series. My research looks way different now. Well, that's because the previous mod I was using to change the way it looked confused me too much. So we're going back to the more vanilla style research area. And that's very beneficial because now, as you can see, it is all instead separated into the mod tabs. And the first thing we're going to research is basic furniture so that we can get simple beds, so that we can actually have a spot to sleep other than canopies and teepees. And let's go ahead, before we even get started, let's establish the roles. So, Humps, being high social, will be the unified shaman of our little tribe here. And as for the leader, we will have Sam the Sniper be the the Grand Chief. Seeing as they're the technically most combat capable, I feel like they would be in charge right now. So we're going to go ahead and just do that. And there we go. And not only did we succeed in that, but one of our Rottweilers we started the game with is now pregnant. So the dog army has now begun. We will supplement our forces with the horde of dogs. I can already tell we are running severely low on food. We don't have a lot, so we are going to go ahead and set all these berries around us to be harvested. So hopefully we can survive long enough for the rice field to grow. But we also need to grow some other stuff. First thing up we're going to set to grow is some cotton, so that we can have material to make clothing. And we will set up a field of heal root for medicine. Alright, so now that it's morning once again, we're going to go ahead and move the animatry to right here, I think will do. That way we can do our meditation around it. And we can start working towards getting the psychic powers. I think that will be quite useful. Ooh, hello. The Brother of White is passing by. Interesting. All on his lonesome, too. Got any... Alright, so... because he's friendly, we can see his stats, but hopefully if the Raider mod is working, we shouldn't be able to see the stats of Raiders. Looking at White here, High social, very good. He's a fisherman. He likes to fish, but he's not very good at it. Unfortunately, I don't really have a place to keep him, and I don't feel like making enemies right now, so we'll have to let him pass. Although that is quite interesting that the first person who passes by is one of our colonists' brothers. You know what else I'm thinking? To make the campsite feel a bit more like a proper campsite that's being used, let's go ahead and pack down the dirt a bit. We will use a circle. We'll just do... We don't want it to look too perfect, so we'll do just like a little something like this. That looks good. So we'll pack this down. We'll have our little packed-in campsite here. And our first hostile event, a mad rat. Scary. Very scary. Alright. So, we're gonna get our 2 melee colonists, and we're just gonna go club it. Well, club and stab. And there we go. Problem dealt with. Dead rat. That is free food for us. You know what? Let's also go ahead and have this area right here packed down a bit. There we go. I like that. That looks good. And you know what? I think with that, we can officially say we have established our campsite. The tents are up. We have the campfire. We have the rituals, research, butcher table. This is a good little campsite. Now all we need is food. Now, our materials are still slowly deteriorating, which is not ideal. So I think the next thing we're going to do is build some basic walls around our little stockpile here. Put a door here and a door here. We will need to scooch this over just a smidge, but that's okay. And then we'll have a very basic structure, which is another thing we need to cut off our list. Although, personally, I cannot stand these diagonal corners. Actually, wait a second. I can stand the diagonal corners because... Where is it? We have diagonal walls. Yes. So we will use our diagonal walls. If I can figure out which ones to use, of course. Alright, there we go. So, I finally figured out the right kind of diagonal wall to use. And so now we shall utilize it. And have a very nice little, somewhat rounded box. Not perfectly round, but a little bit round. And here we are, the naming of our faction and of our settlement. Now, we will change this later on, so it doesn't really matter too much right now, but let's see what we can get from the randomize option. We'll be calling ourselves the Becker tribe. That will be the name of a faction, but what will the name of our settlement be? We will call our settlement Bodaka. So we are the Becker tribe, and our settlement is Bodaka. Very nice. You know what? I think the next thing we should build to aid in our little campsite is a basic table of some kind. Just a spot where we can eat and not have to, eat standing up. And we'll put it right here. Not too far away from the warmth of the campfire, and not too far away from the storehouse. Speaking of the storehouse, we actually need to go ahead and pack that dirt down too. And it looks like we're running a bit low on wood, so we're gonna preemptively go get some more of that. And I am officially checking off the construct basic structure. I think that's pretty constructed. And the next thing we shall build is an outhouse. Because, well, we kind of need one. And it's going to be incredibly simple. This is literally the whole outhouse. Just a toilet in a shed, essentially. Just like a real outhouse. You know what? Let's go ahead and begin a collective party. We've succeeded so far in 2 of our 3 goals. Let's have a nice little party to celebrate here in the evening. And it was a success. It was unforgettable, in fact, which gives us a plus 10 mood for 6 days. And we have increased our development points for our ideology by 2. We need 10 to be able to do all the fun stuff. But more importantly, Wanderer joins. And we will accept. Hello, Bella. You are a child. You're a 15-year-old. Psychically hypersensitive, though. That's good. They'll be a good Psycaster. Other than that, though, yeah, pretty basic stat alignment. Incapable of dumb labor. Not the biggest fan of that, if I'm being honest. But we can certainly find a spot for Bella here to work. Since Bella is so, well, versatile, we don't really have anything specific we want them to do. Although I think they may very well be one of the smartest people in the colony. In fact, they are the 2nd smartest person in the colony, which really says something about us. And so, because they're the 2nd smartest, we'll establish another thinking spot over here. We do need to build some form of shelter for them, though. So we will get right on that. We'll build them a nice little camel hide canopy. It's pretty cheap, but, you know, it'll work. Unfortunately, we can't put it too far this way. It gets in the way of the anima tree. So we'll put it right here. And because of that, we will need to pack down the dirt in this general little area here. Since it's going to be getting a little bit more traffic. And the camp grows just a little bit larger. Let's see. Let's go ahead and build a wood pile for these 3 tents here. And a wood pile here for these 3 tents. That'll help increase the comfort of the little campsite we have. Strangely enough, it seems Bella came with a poor quality bandolier of ammunition. Well, I will assume Bella found that since they're a scavenger. And they are still a tribal, so I assume they scavenged that. But Sam knows what that is, so that'll be Sam's equipment whenever they need to use their guns. Oh, right. I believe our crafter is actually a night owl. Yeah, we should probably set them up so that they work at night. Let's see, so that would be crime. So, let's see. So, you like to sleep from 9 hours to 18 hours. So, pretty much just invert the schedule. So, now we'll always have at least one person doing research, which is pretty nice. Which means we only really need the one spot. And there we go. The first research project complete of the series. Basic furniture! We can now build a basic bed. Yippee. Now, we could immediately go for complex furniture, but I don't think that fits very much. So instead, let's take a look-see at what we have. Many options, many options. Let's go ahead and research a great bow. Give ourselves a little bit more ranged firepower. That'll be good to give to Sam since they're a sniper. And there we go. The 2 wood piles have been built, giving a very small bonus to comfort. Not a lot, but every little bit helps. Oh no. Hostile party has been spotted. Coming from the faction of, or the, at least, coming from the town of Luttermore. Interesting. So Luttermore, huh? Who is that? And they are fierce Neanderthals, so they're gonna be tough, but they can still be taken out. We will want to build up a prison, though. And by a prison, I mean we are literally going to shove them in a box. Is this ethical? Absolutely not. But we can't really afford to be too picky right now. Actually, we'll give them one tile of walking space. There we go. One tile of space to walk, and we will give them the simple beds. Although for now, sleeping spots should suffice, actually. Save ourselves some resources. Man, we already got one prison ready to roll. And just in time for the raid. What are we looking at here? 4 people, all with melee weapons, trying to cross a river. Well, I don't think that's going to end too well for them. It would actually end well for them because we don't have any ammunition, apparently. Okay, that is a slight problem. Crine, could you make some ammunition? Apparently we spent all of ours hunting. And since we... Oh, no, Anteater still has some ammunition. Okay. Now, it is only 4 enemies, so hopefully it'll be good. And look! The mod that obscures their information is working, so we have no idea what these people have for skills. Alright. Oh, they're crossing over there. Oh, sneaky, sneaky. So in that case, everyone fall back to here. We have them outnumbered. It's strange that we outnumber them, given that we're playing losing is fun, which is mildly concerning. Now, we not only have them outnumbered in terms of people, we have them outnumbered by 2, but we also have the 2 dogs and a monkey. Not too sure how useful the monkey is going to be, but hey, you gotta take every advantage you got. We're gonna form a nice little wall here. Alright. Light them up. Release the hounds. And send these guys in to attack. Ooh, man. Ooh, wow. Crine immediately is almost dead. Not ideal. Alright, Deer is down. That's 1. And they are just beating the living daylights out of Dakota, who is our pregnant dog. No! Dakota died. Oh well. Dog army is no more. Man, these guys are really tough. Alright, that's 2 down. And Deer is trying to crawl away. Interesting. Oh, Bella has fallen and has had their left leg destroyed. Ugh, that's not good. Alright, Sam, you want to close the distance? See if you can't get a little bit more accurate in there. Alright, we're just going to have everyone just go gang up on whatever that guy's name is. And now they retreat. Okay, good. Well, looks like our best medic is still up in the fight, so we will be using that to our advantage. Bella needs immediate treatment. Well, there we go. The first fight. We lost a little bit more than I would have appreciated, but we are still in the fight. Now, unfortunately, 2 of our 4 doctors are down, which is less than ideal. Let's see. Bella dies in 5 hours. You die in 12. Okay. So White, focus on tending to Bella. Humps, go ahead and start tending to our newfound prisoner, who dies in 2 hours. No, tend with no medicine. Just make sure he doesn't bleed to death. Oh no, looks like we're gonna lose Deer. Yep. Oh, that's a shame. We do need to give Bella here, since they just had their leg chopped off, we do need to give them a peg leg. We don't really have any medical facilities right now, so we're gonna just need to kind of slap a bed in here, set it to for medical, and we'll have... Actually, we should probably get a torch first and foremost, so that we can actually see what we're doing. There we go. Okay. Anteater, if you could... Oh, Sam. There we go. Go ahead and build that for me. There we go. Okay. And time to attempt our first surgery of the game on episode 1. Lovely. What could go wrong? The surgery could fail. That's what could go wrong. I'll try it again. They really need that leg, so... There we go. Success. And they now have a peg leg. So, Bella just joined us, had their leg cut off. Sounds about par for the course, honestly. And now Bella has a disease. Lovely. Alright, well, we are running dangerously low on medicine. Let's just zoom out. And harvest healed root. Alright, 62% tend quality. Alright. Looks like it's going up just barely faster than the infection. So they should be fine. Man, is there like any sort of armor we can make for ourselves so we don't just keep almost dying? Let's see. Wooden armor. Sure, we'll make that. I'm not too sure how much that's gonna protect us from being stabbed, but it might help a little bit. And Bella has gone into a daze. That is most unfortunate. Go ahead and try to calm them down. Failure. Okay. Well, hopefully they don't die to their infection. That would be quite sad. Oh, we have a medical emergency on Bella. Yeah, them standing up is not helping their infection. Alright, well, we'll try to tend to them to the best of our abilities. Not the best tend. If they lay down, they might survive. Alright, arrest them. Oh, right, the bed is full of prison. Or full of corpse, I should say. Right, we need a spot to dump human corpses. There we go. Haul the corpse out. Humps, go ahead and arrest Bella. Oh, don't even need to. They collapsed right as I arrested them. That's funny. Alright, go ahead and release them. Well, I guess she's going to be a prisoner while she recovers. Looks like she will still make a full recovery, but just barely. And there it is. Immunity to the infection just at the last second. And that is where I'm gonna leave this episode. We've achieved 2 of our 3 goals, which, to be fair, secure reliable food source is a bit of a big ask for episode 1, so I'm not too upset about missing that one. But we got our campsite here fully established. We got a basic structure built for our warehouse. We got a prison being built. We got an outhouse. All is well. We beat our first raid, got our first research done. I'm pretty happy with that. I hope you all are too, and I hope this time around things go a bit better than last time. And with that, I will see you all in the next episode.